Welcome to Stronger by the Day, achieving a balanced life through faith, family, and fitness. I'm Brett, your online coach, and I'm here to help you unlock your full potential and achieve your lifestyle goals. Join me each week as I analyze and interview experts and everyday heroes who transform their lives through a balanced approach. We'll tackle topics like spiritual disciplines, time management, workout routines, nutrition hacks, mental wellness, and everything in between to help you live your healthiest and happiest life. So grab your water bottle, put on your sneakers, and let's get ready to sweat, learn, and grow together. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Stronger by the Day. I'm Brett, and today I want to talk about the person who has been saying, I need to get back in shape, but every time you say it, what you really are feeling is, I need to make up for lost time. You know, you feel behind, you're frustrated, you feel like you let yourself go a little bit. Maybe work got crazy, maybe family life got hard and super busy. Maybe your schedule just got full, or maybe your schedule changed, I don't know. Sleep went down, workout slow, they disappeared, and now because you don't feel like yourself, your first instinct is, I'm gonna go extreme, I'm gonna go hard, I'm gonna go all the way. I'm gonna cut everything out, I'm gonna train every day, I'm gonna wake up at 4:30, no carbs, no flexibility, no margin. Just go hard and force my way back. And that's what I want to tell you today. Fitness, it's not punishment at all. It's actually energy. And for most people, especially busy men and women, trying to lead a home, show up and work and stay grounded in life, the answer is not some extreme restart. The answer is like build a foundation, something to start from, something to build on. And that's what we're going to talk about today. It's not punishment, not shame, not trying to become a different person overnight, just building the kind of foundation that gives you more energy, more strength, more clarity, and more consistency. Because the truth is, most people, you don't need a harder plan. You need a plan you can actually live with. And I want to start here. If your reason for getting fit is rooted in self-hate, guilt, or frustration, plan's probably not going to be what you need. It's probably not going to work. It's probably not going to last. You might get a burst of motivation. You might string together a week or two. You might even lose a couple pounds real quick. But the whole thing is built on, I'm disappointed in myself, so now I need to suffer. It usually breaks down fast. And why? Because punishment isn't sustainable. When I work with athletes, I don't ever condition for punishment. I condition for strength and getting better. Because punishment creates an all or nothing mindset. It tells you, you missed a few workouts, you need to go extra hard now. It tells you you ate poorly last weekend, you need to starve yourself this week. It tells you that because you're not where you want to be, you need to beat yourself into change. You can't do that. But real fitness doesn't work like that. Real fitness is not about paying for the past. Real fitness is about preparing for the future. And that's a huge difference. You're not working out to punish your body for where it's been. You're working out to prepare your body for where it's going to go. Where is life going? What is that calling? What's that destiny? You want more energy for the day. You want more patience at home. Yeah, you want more focus at work. You want to feel stronger, move better, sleep better, show up better. And that's a completely different mindset. And honestly, that's where fitness gets healthier. And that's where it gets more powerful. Because when fitness becomes about energy instead of punishment, you're going to stop asking, how fast can I suffer my way into results? And you start asking, things like, what habits help me live stronger by the day, every day? And that question, it changes everything. It changes the way you train, the way you eat, the way you recover. And it changes the way you think about consistency. And, for a lot of people, especially if you've been like on and off, you have like a love-hate relationship with fitness, the biggest mistake is trying to restart like the old version of you still exists. Like I just came out of a prep and I'm trying to get back in to get ready for, various triathlons and CrossFit and all that kind of stuff. And it's a hard thing for me. And I do fitness for a living. I remember how I used to train. I remember, the seasons when I had more time or when I was already kind of there. And I've got to re-baseline and get my foundation back too. That's okay with me. Remember you could just sit, decide on Sunday night and starting Monday, I'm going all in. But life is different now. I've got more responsibilities. You have more responsibilities, more demands. I got, more people depending on you. Just less margin, less time for error. And usually like less recovery. Let's just face it. You got more going on. You're busy all the time. So the goal cannot be to copy the plan from an old season of life. The goal is to build a foundation for the season you're in right now. And the foundations, they don't have to be flashy. That's one of the reasons people resist them. Foundation is not exciting on social media. It's just not. A foundation's not dramatic. A foundation doesn't give you a cool story in like 48 hours. But a foundation is what holds everything up. It's going to give you all that in the future. Preparing for the future. If I were sitting across from somebody right now who said, hey, Brett, I'm ready to get serious again. I wouldn't tell them to start with an extreme challenge. And tell them, Let's build 5 simple things. Let's build a walking habit. Walking is underrated because it looks too simple, but walking helps with stress, recovery, energy, blood sugar, momentum, all of it. A daily walk gets you moving without draining you. And that's important. It reminds your body that you are an active person again. It doesn't have to be perfect. Start with 20 minutes, start with 10, if that's what you want, whatever you got. But move every day. Second, let's build a simple strength routine. Not 7 days a week, 2 hours a day. Just a simple, repeatable plan that you can go and you can do, you can enjoy, and you can feel accomplished. 3 strength sessions per week. 30, 45 minutes, basic movements, patterns, push, pull, squat, hinge, carry, however you want to break up, and do the basics well and do them consistently. You don't need an advanced program to rebuild momentum. You just need a doable program. Third, build your nutrition around support, not restriction. That means start simple. Get protein in your meals. Drink more water. Eat more whole foods. Create a little structure before you start creating a long list of rules. A lot of people, they fail because they make nutrition emotionally exhausting, and I've been there. They try to go from chaos to perfection overnight. Can't do it. The better move is to clean up the basics. Let's talk about it. More protein. 100 grams a day at least, or maybe a gram per your body weight. More water. Better portions, portion control. You've heard me talk about that before. And just inconsistency. That alone can change a lot. Fourth, let's build better sleep. You gotta sleep. It's not a badge of honor to sleep 3 hours a night. I've been there, tried that, done that. It just burned me out. And sleep's not always easy. Life is real. You can't control every part of your schedule, but if you're serious about energy, sleep has to matter. You can't keep borrowing energy from caffeine, really emo and dog food there, and pretending that's the same as recovery. Sleep affects hunger, mood, hormones, focus, patience, I don't know what else, workouts, resilience. Sleep is not lazy. Sleep is part of the program. And fifth, most importantly here, build some margin. That one matters a lot more than people think. Don't create a plan that only works when life is calm, because life is rarely calm. Create a plan with margin, a plan that still works when you get busy, a plan that works when kids get sick, a plan that works when you miss a day and you got to adjust. That's fine, because missing one workout is not failure. Having a rough weekend is not failure. You need to scale back, not failure. Failure is usually quitting the foundation because it doesn't feel dramatic enough. That's failure when you quit. But let me tell you something. Boring, basic changes lives. Not because they're exciting, because they're repeatable. And repeatable, it just wins. If you do it repeatedly, you win. You build a habit. That habit becomes your routine. That routine becomes part of who you are. And that's the shift I want you to make. Stop thinking in terms of restart. A restart, it sounds so dramatic, cliche. A rebuild sounds intentional. A restart says, I'm going to flip my whole life upside down. A rebuild says, I'm going to lay it one brick at a time. And that's a healthier mindset. It's a stronger mindset. And honestly, it's a more mature mindset. Because mature fitness is not built on emotion. It's built on stewardship. And I've heard you say this before. Fitness is stewardship for your body to achieve the goals and the calling that faith is guiding you toward. And, that's where I want to tie this back to the bigger message of this show. Right here we talk about faith, family, and fitness in that order. And when faith is first, fitness stops being about image and it starts being about stewardship. You're not worshiping your body. You're not ignoring your body. You're stewarding your body. You're saying, God gave me this life, these responsibilities, these people to serve, and I want to have the energy to do that and devote and carry them well. That's different than chasing abs just to prove something. That's different than punishing yourself because you feel behind. That's different than making fitness your identity. Fitness becomes a tool to help you lead better, a tool to help you stay present, a tool to help you have more energy for your spouse, your kids, your work, your calling, and your purpose. That's why I'm regularly saying, fitness is for energy. It's not punishment. It's the stewardship. It's a tool to help you steward to your family and follow your calling, whatever faith is guiding you. And it's not punishment, because punishment takes energy away from your life. But wise fitness, good fitness, gives energy back into your life. Helps you stay awake when you get home. It helps you think clearly. Regulate stress better. Helps you have more patience. It helps you stand taller and breathe deeper and move through your day with more confidence. And that's what actually matters. And I think some people need permission to hear this. You don't need to hate yourself into health. You don't need to earn the right to start. You don't need to make up for every missed workout from the last 6 months, last 2 months, last year, whatever it is. And you surely don't need to prove how serious you are by choosing the hardest possible version. Something that's going to make you feel like you can't succeed. And that's no good either. You just need to begin the right way. And that right way is almost always more humble than what people expect. It usually looks like a walk, a basic workout, a better breakfast, more water, a little more sleep, and then do it again. And then do it again. And then let days turn into weeks, and the weeks turn into months, and the months turns into a year, and that year becomes your habit. And that becomes that foundation. It all starts with that foundation. And here's what I want to leave you with today. This week, don't restart. Do not make a giant promise to yourself that sounds good on Sunday and then it's going to collapse by Wednesday, which is what, tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow. Instead, build a foundation and grow from that. So here's a simple challenge. Let's say for the next 7 days, walk every day. See if you can get in 3 strength workouts. Even if they're short, who cares? Drink more water than you did last week. You don't have to measure, just drink more than you did last time. You can even feel it probably. Get protein in your first meal of the day and go to bed a little earlier. At least a few nights this week. That's it. No extremes, no punishment. No trying to become a brand new person by next Monday. Just build brick by brick, habit by habit, and day by day. Because you're not trying to win in a 1 week transformation. You're trying to become the kind of person who has the energy to live well, lead well, and serve well. And that kind of strength is built on a foundation. So if today I encourage you, share this episode with somebody who needs to stop starting over and start building smarter. And just remember this, you don't need a punishment plan. You need a preparation plan. You don't need an extreme restart. You just need a strong foundation. And when you build that foundation, you really can get stronger by the day. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you for tuning into Stronger by the Day. I hope you found today's episode inspiring and packed with actionable tips to help you on your fitness journey. Remember, every step you take is a step towards a healthier, happier, and stronger you. If you enjoyed the episode, please take a moment to subscribe, rate, and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. For more resources, tips, and to connect with me, visit us at dnv.fitness or on Instagram at dnvfitness2025. I'd love to hear your thoughts on today's episode and what topics you'd like us to cover in the future. Until next time, stay motivated, keep moving, and remember, you've got this.